EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and our home team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line. 60 yards. We ain't giving them nothing to get. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. A good pick up there of 20 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line.
Hey, zoom. Mike 55. I got one. Hey, check right. Watch 55. I'm coming for his time.
From the gun, Herbert. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Pick the edge. Come. Big grip.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can right foot in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll toss it to Breida. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eugene Nwosu got the sack there.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Ready. Hard. Rush in. Shit. Go out. Shit. Check 13. Leo. Shit. Let's go.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now. Bam. Check out, right? Ready. Now.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
18 Gator. 55, Mike. Watch the pass.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From from the gun. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Bth. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Bth. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Bth with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Let's go one more. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Get it.
2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41.
Bang, 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 bang.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Eckler.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Herbert. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On third down, a run from Breida. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Sam on. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Now.
From the gun, Herbert. He's got a man. It's Williams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back to throw. Herbert, he'll let it go deep for Foster. That's caught inside the 20. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. 15 line it. 15 line. Hey, orbit.
52, Mike, 52. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert got an open man. It's Foster. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
2nd and 1. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead is now 10-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Able to slither by. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Rock it.
36, 36. Switch.
Take 4. Big river.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Pick it up. Hey, alert 3. Check. Fresno.
Pick it up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, Alpha. Look, squeeze. Check. Buzz. Let's go.
Off play action. Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here is Eckler. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Looking to throw. Herbert, and it's complete. Henry, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. you. I'm coming after you. Go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert going deep here for Allen. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Exit. Say. Look at me. Score. Get it.
From the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a 1-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Go! Check 43! Five.
Operating from the gun. Herbert forced out to his left. He'll run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Say, Sam off. Yo, go.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
It's now third down and 4.
Go.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hatchet. Check 50. Check 50.
Bravo.
From the gun, Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Watch that. Back.
Man.
Crunch. Check it out.
Going on the ground with Eckler, and he'll get this down only to the 18. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Yep.
Switch. 55, my God, 55.
It's Eckler again, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a...
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and long. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Parker, the intended target. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once more, here's Eckler. And some room to roam now. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here,